the sum of the parts was way greater than any one channel to create this impact. In Jay-Z's own words.
Thank you guys. Amazing difference. Thank you guys for coming. Quite simply, it's almost like I'm trying to simplify the process, almost like a preview of the book. You put all these pages out into the world to be found, and then you bring in a search engine, you bring it all back together, and you can read the book. That's really the simple part of it, but for participating in it, you get these prizes. Like if you find your first one to find this page, you get it signed, you get it photographed, and it's yours to keep. I mean, there's only one of them. So I thought that was pretty cool. So should we do that now? Take a walk over to the floor, everyone, please. Nice.
So pages were put out there and they could be seen everywhere, all over Manhattan, wherever the song was written, from tablecloths to cars and bicycle wheels. It's a great campaign.
And I think following on from that, depth to our storytelling. Digital allows us to do and tell stories with a lot more depth and richness than I think we've ever been able to do before. And I think the Jay-Z example is a brilliant one. One that makes no bones about being on a more commercial premise is the launch of a video game for PlayStation 3. And our US agency Deutsch launched the Major League Baseball game on PlayStation. They started with television, but with a clear objective to set up a conversation and tell a story. And this is an area you've got to remember, baseball, Major League Baseball in the US, where the fan base, the commentary, the interest is all about the understanding of the facts and the technicalities of the game. That's the richness in this story. And what they did was they turned it into a debate between the Major League Baseball star Dustin Pedroia, who featured in the game, and the alleged director of game accuracy at PlayStation. Dustin believed he was capable of a far greater performance than PlayStation had built for him in the game, and he was ready to present his case.
Dear PlayStation, MLB 09 the show thinks I can't hit the high inside fastball. You're gonna fix that, right?
Well, Dustin, PlayStation gamers demand the most realistic baseball game ever, so we're just gonna keep it as is. It's called integrity.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just polishing my MVP trophy. How many MVPs do you know that can't hit that pitch?
Apart from you? MLB 09 the show, the most realistic baseball game ever. Rated E for everyone.
Your PlayStation. So MLB 09 the show says I can't hit the high inside, huh? That's ridiculous.
That's don't lie.
Everybody not. Come in my grandma's. She's been dead since the friggin' war.
So, we give you 2 points from Dustin's plate vision, we let him hit that. It's a win-win. Does that make sense?
Just the small kid, right?
Dustin, does that not make sense? Ding dong. Oh, who's there? Oh, it's a win-win situation. You're welcome.
It's a battle of science versus faith.
Some weird limbo afterlife where I can only gaze upon one thing for all eternity. Dustin swing, or my daggers, daughters, her steps. How would you swing?
I can hit that pitch.
You really think he can hit that high inside pitch? I think he answers yes.
Point is, I think when you've got the star, the brand, the product, the media commentary, all willing to play and participate in the story, you're onto something incredibly rich and compelling. And in a way, this is what the digital platform allows us to do. The results of this were pretty significant. 250,000 copies were sold in the first month, up 50% year on year, twice the web traffic of the entire previous data and being connected and being digital. So the next shift, big shift they see is a not too distant future where we'll move beyond conscious devices like the ones that are in our pockets and hands today to ones that see, recognize, hear and listen to you and what's around you. Continuous services and connected devices, controlled on your own social and organizational networks. The story will be about how we behave as consumers and interact with each other and with technology. The storage will be cloud-centric, not device-centric, and perhaps the word digital will soon sound like the word typewriter. This is a book that's about to be published by a very, very clever man called Richard Harper. And Richard Harper is a researcher at Cambridge, and he'll publish this book in response to the news that Facebook, well, it's not publishing the book in response to the news, but in the response to the news that Facebook was extending its services to carry email. And I actually haven't read that FT article, Nick, but you know, this is the early stage. It fills me with great hope and optimism and joy, and scares the shit out of me. But this guy, I think, is interesting. The Facebook announcement is asking us to think about who we want to be and how we convey that through our communications. These are human questions, not technical ones, and all the more important because of it. And I think this is an interesting shift we're seeing in digital and being connected, which is we're moving from perhaps a pure rational, data-driven context to something that is more relationship and emotional. Now, this is a site called Relationship Finder, and I'm told this is a kind of product NPD in development, which is basically trying to hook up, is building tools that hook up relationships between data. It's looking for human connections rather than just data point connections. And this interests me because the guy, the granddad of the net, Tim Berners-Lee, is now talking about the next generation of the net, and he's calling it the semantic web. And what he means by that, I guess, is if cloud technology will mean we're always on and connected, the opportunity for digital isn't just to manage information as it does today, but to connect us with real meaning. And short stories, or long, online or offline, one thing remains the same, that's the people who are sharing them. We're humans, so we're powered socially and emotionally, and we will continue to seek out meaning in our lives by sharing stories with one another. As much as the platform might change, the intrinsic, the innate nature of what we do will remain the same.
All right, finally, I just want to share with you some of the stories that I'm following and I find fascinating and I'm learning from every day. The first one is Bill Gates' story that he tells on the Gates Notes website. It's just, for me, it's an amazing experience to have access to this $54 billion philanthropic effort and to actually have a voice and maybe be part author of the story. It's just a great opportunity to get involved in the story of global poverty in this way. Also, going back to Facebook, I love this alternative book tour interview that George Bush and Mark Zuckerberg had on Facebook.
Why Facebook? Because you got a lot of people paying attention to us, and I'm trying to sell books. Plus, the truth of the matter is, I'm shamelessly marketing. And I do have an obligation to the book publisher to convince people to read the book. So thank you for giving me a chance.
We've had a lot of questions relating to what technologies you're using, what gadgets, what gizmos you're using as you come back to the private sector.
I became a BlackBerry person. Now I'm an iPad person. So I hope that you buy my book in hard copy and electronically.
I think Facebook's just an unbelievable story. And another one here, I like this ongoing support for Obama. His campaign, Yes You Can. Well, this is continuing that debate and dialogue. And it's just an interesting way to express what's going on in support of what he's doing. So I like what's going on here. It's simple and user-friendly. And then this next one, I think you might all know, I think it's a brilliant story. It demonstrates the transparency of digital. It means both the cynic and the optimist can share a point of view. Nothing demonstrates it better, I think, than this campaign. Braddock is a broken town in what was America's mining belt. Manufacturing left and the town died. Levi's came along to sponsor Braddock's regeneration. It fits nicely with their return to their pioneering roots in denim and workwear. But Levi's also moved manufacturing out of America, so the story has two lenses. As an optimist, you'll see a brand doing good, or as a cynic, a brand doing good old-fashioned marketing with some sexy new tools. People are talking about it.
Isn't it amazing that the kind of most implored president in recent times can go on the most hot medium and sell his book and Facebook's share price doesn't suffer? Isn't it incredible that we can put stories out there that, viewed through a conventional lens of advertising, are beautiful, poetic, amazingly shot, digital, experiential, and people can just rip it apart right under our nose? And I think this is the kind of fluid, flexible, scary environment that storytelling has to operate in. But it's also incredibly liberating. It allows room for error, for change, for trying, for experimentation. We began with a music video, and we'll play out with one too. This is on behalf of Google Chrome and Arcade Fire. And I guess I'm learning that alongside some of the storytelling skills we know innately, sometimes just a new piece of technology will blow you away. But mix it with the magic of great storytelling, and the alchemy is powerful.